Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make these beautiful pants with a zipper front and also an elastic waistband at the back. If this sounds like something you're interested in, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe. With that being said, let's get on with the tutorial. Right here guys, I have this piece of fabric cut out and this is for my both front pieces. Now as for the length, it should be long enough for you to work with, and then for the width, I just divided my client actual hip measurement by 4 and added 5 inches to that to know how wide I'm going to fold it. Then I'll use my straight tool to mark half an inch away from this region, which is going to serve as my starting line on my waistline. The next thing to determine is how wide you want your elastic band to be. That is your band generally. For me, I want mine to be 1.5 inches, and I'm subtracting 1.5 inches from the waistline all the way to the other end, and then I'll be marking the full length. After marking the full length, I have about 1.5 inches remaining for sewing, for like folding allowance at the hem region. The next thing to do is to subtract the band length measurements from the waistline and then go down by your crouch depth measurement. For my client, it is 10.25. How I went about this was that I divided the actual measurement by 10 and then added this, whatever I got here, I added it to her hip length measurement. That's how I was able to get 10.525 right here. So I'll just go ahead to mark it and then rule a straight line. Then I divided my actual waist measurement by 4, marked it, and then added 2 inches extra. This 2 inches extra is just going to be for ease. I'll also take the same measurement at the waistline too and connect with a straight rule, just like you can see. Then I'll divide the actual measurement by 16, and whatever I have here, I'm just going to use it to make an extension at this region here, just like you can see me doing. Note that I'm making this for a small person. Then at the lower part, I'll just go ahead to measure how wide I want this to be, divide this by 2 and then mark it like this. I'll connect from the crouch line to all the way down. At the crouch length line, I'll just come up by 1 inch and then just connect this together to give me my crouch curve like this. Placing my measuring tape at the waistline near the crouch region, I came down by half an inch. This is to accommodate the stomach more for the pants, and then I'll just go ahead to divide my actual hip measurement by 4 and just mark it right at the waistline. Then I'll just connect it all the way to 7 inches that I came down by for the hip length measurement, just like this. And then I'll connect from the half length that I came down by at the middle of the front. I'll connect this all the way to the side at the waist region. So guys, if you don't understand what I'm saying, kindly watch what I'm doing. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to fold the leg region like this and then cut it out with what I've measured. At the crouch area, I'm going to give half an inch at this point, and then I will just go ahead to give half an inch also at the waistline and then cut out the hip measurement and also open up the front part into 2. And with that, we are through with cutting out the front. Let's go ahead to work on the back piece. Right here, I have the back piece cut out, and it is actually wider than that of the front by about 3 inches, and then for the length also, it should be longer than that of the front. You can use like 2 inches, from 3 inches to 4 inches, like longer than that of the front. At the crouch for the back, I'll make an extension of 2 inches, and then for the leg region to make an extension of 2 inches. Then I'll connect these 2 points together, and that little effect that you can see at the end of it, I'll also try and redo that there. Now the next thing I'll go ahead to do is that I'm going to be coming in by 2 inches at the hip line region like this, and then at the middle of the waist I came up by 2.5 inches. Remember that we came down by half an inch, so that at the end of the day I have it to be 2 inches. So I'll just go ahead to connect the lines just like you can see, and then slant it like this all the way to the waistline in front. So that is going to be for the back. Remember that we're going to add elastic to this, so I'm not going to follow that of the hip line. I'll just make a straight line like this and then connect it so that the elastic can be able to balance well. So this is all for the back piece. I'll go ahead to cut them all out. Right here, I have this piece of fabric that I want to use for the pockets. So guys, as for the length, I have it to be 10 inches long, and then the width is about 7.5 inches. You can also go ahead to alternate your pockets if you are working for a bigger size. Now I'll just go ahead to place my hands on it just like you can see, and use my chalk to trace out how my hand is going to enter into the pocket. So that is how I went about this shape that you can see right here, and I'll go ahead to cut it out. So guys, in order to avoid it being too tight at the tip region, I just measured 5 inches like this, or 5.5, and then I'll just cut it off so that the hand can freely enter into the pocket. I'll go ahead to separate two pieces, keeping two for the back, and then I'm just going to modify the other two for the front. Bringing my front piece like this, the side of my front piece where the pocket is going to be, I'm just going to go ahead to place it underneath like this, and then come down by half an inch. Now this half an inch at the top region is to join the band, and I'll just adjust it and then just cut out the shape of what the front is looking like. I'll also proceed to notch it at this region so that I can know where I will start joining my pocket to the front piece. Now the next thing I'll just go ahead to do is to align it just like you can see, right sides facing each other, and I'll go ahead to join the pocket and the front piece together. I'll also repeat the same process for the back piece also. This is what the back piece is looking like. I've gone ahead to join it together at the crotch area and also weaved it. I've also done the same thing for the pocket also. Don't forget to iron each of the steps for neatness. So guys, this is the front piece and this is what the pocket is also looking like. I've ironed and also weaved it. Now the next thing to work on is on the zipper flap. So I have these two pieces of fabric here, and I'll just go ahead to fix my zipper. If you don't know how to do this, there are lots of tutorial videos that you can watch on how to go about this. So guys, right here I have my zipper flap all fixed and it's looking really nice and good. This is also what it's looking like at the back piece. Right here I have a piece of fabric cut out for the band for the front, because now I'm going to be attaching a band to this. I've gone ahead to iron my gum stay to it, and I will just go ahead to fold it backwards and then stitch on it. Bringing the back piece, guys, this is what I have it looking like. I've also gone ahead to cut out piece of fabric that I'm going to be using to attach the band for the back and also to pass my elastic through. So guys, I have like the band is 2 inches long, like wide, and it's just enough for my elastic to pass through. So I'll be sewing it so that it's going to be 1.5 inches, and then I'll use my safety pin to pass the elastic through. So guys, I've gone ahead to stitch it and this is what it's looking like. So for this one I'll stitch it like this, and then for this second one right here I've already gone ahead to turn it to the right side and then fold it inside. Now what I have here is 1.5 inches like for the width, and then the back one, the one I'm going to attach to the back, is going to be longer than that of the front. So that's what I'm just going to do, and I'll insert it this way and I'll just stitch on top of it. So I will do this for the both sides. Having joined the bands together, this is what I have it looking like, very neat and nice. I'll also go ahead to pin it in place. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to take 1 inch from the both sides. Now this is for my sewing allowance, then I'll measure in between what I have, and I have 13.5 inches, and her actual waist measurement is 25.5 inches. I'll just subtract 13.5 from 25 to get the remaining one. Now this is so that I'll be able to know how many inches I'm going to use for the back. Now whatever I have when I've subtracted this, I'll just go ahead to cut it out on my actual elastic, and that for me is 12 inches. So I have 12 inches of elastic right here. Now I'll just go ahead to insert these 12 inches into my elastic casing for the back. So guys, this is what I have it looking like, having passed my elastic through. Now I'll just go ahead to bring the front and back piece and align them together as seen. I will go ahead to shape them both together using 1 inch. Having closed the both sides using 1 inch, I've also gone ahead to close it around the lower parts, like this triangle effect right here. Now there's a little problem, guys. At the pocket region, they do not align exactly together because of the way that we cut the front earlier. So I've just gone ahead to just like use the front as a means to cut the back pocket, and then I'm just going to trim it as you can see, and then just weave everything to make it clean and neat. Having weaved the inside and turned it out, this is what it's looking like. Now the next thing to work on is on the leg, on folding it. So I left 1.5 inches earlier, so what I'm not going to do is to fold this 1.5 inches using my tape rule up, and then use my iron to press it. Then after pressing it, then I'll just go ahead to use my sewing machine to sew it all through. This is to make it neat and easier for us to work with. Also guys, let's not forget the button that we are going to fix at this point here. So for me, I just used the pressing button and later on use a false button for this part. So guys, I've gone ahead to fix my pressing button and I just placed a normal button on the top. So this just gives this false illusion that the button is here, so you can just do whatever you want to do at this region. So guys, that'll be all for this tutorial. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and also subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching this far, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.